Now, multiplication, we all understand how to do that. So today we will look at shortcuts, how we can do or what techniques we can use to actually do the multiplication in a fast way. So here is a very simple and the primary rule that you should always use in order to do the multiplication. This is something that I frequently use. So when I'm solving the papers and the questions, this is something and when I'm doing it by hand, this is something that you would naturally develop. Okay. So the first thing here is actually just make sure that when you're doing the calculations, when you're solving the questions, do not use calculator. If you don't use calculator, by nature all of us are lazy. So what would happen is that you'll naturally develop these shortcut techniques, especially for doing the multiplication, because otherwise multiplication might take a long time. So for example, here is a question. So this question, if we solve it, okay, this is a theoretical example. This is just to illustrate this this particular point. Now, if we were to solve this problem using normal method, we will just do this multiplication using 679 into 999. Okay, so that's what we would do. Okay, even if we are doing the multiplication, make sure that you are putting 999 here at the bottom, so that whatever digits you compute here will just be repeated 3 times, and then you can do the add. Okay, so that is at least the minimum that you should be able to do, but we can do better than that. What we can do is that we can break this 999 into 2 parts. We can write it as 1000 minus 1. So we have already studied the distribution of distributivity or distribution of this multiplication over addition and subtraction. So this actually becomes 679 into 1000, and because there was a negative here, we will just put negative here, and then 679 into 1, which is just 679. Okay, so now what we can do is that we have converted this large multiplication to a simple subtraction. Okay, so this is 679 and then 3 zeros and then 679. Okay, so although even this subtraction is not very easy, but it is still a subtraction. So subtraction is much easier than doing a large multiplication. If you were to compute this subtraction, you will get the answer is 678 3 to 1. That would be the answer. Okay, but that is the key idea of distributive law. Okay, so we have just converted our multiplication, this multiplication, into 2 simpler multiplications. Okay, there were 2 multiplications involved. So you can even do things like 679 if there was 998 here. Then also probably we are going to use the same technique. We will just write 679 into 998. How will I write it? I will again write it in a similar way, minus 2, because even 679 into 2, if I were to do this multiplication, that would end up being simpler than doing this multiplication. Okay, so that is all the places where you can use this law, when the 2 individual multiplications which you